Yeah, after 2 years, has this gotten any easier?
I don't think easier is the word I would use. Maybe kind of getting accustomed to her not coming home.
It's case closed for Caitlin Duvall and her family.
Well, I don't have any answers. I have to accept that I may never know exactly why or how she died, other than it was from an infection.
An autopsy shows the 26-year-old died from complications of surgery just days after a cosmetic procedure. The Texas Medical Board initially accused Dr. Lawrence Broder of multiple mistakes related to Duvall's death, but ultimately, in a settlement, the doctor was disciplined for keeping inadequate medical records.
They settled and almost seemed to just make it go away with minimal impact in their decision.
That settlement requiring the doctor to retake exams on state medical rules and regulations.
Now, those meetings behind closed doors happen all the time. In just the last 2 years, we found 364 times when the Texas Medical Board and doctors settled allegations. Dr. Lawrence Broder is just one example. Now, after our story about Caitlin Duvall's death, we heard from another of his patients. In January 2018, that patient filed a complaint against Broder with the Texas Medical Board. She got a procedure called a Brazilian butt lift, something she says she never asked for.
I don't even remember the ride to the office. I remember hugging my husband in the office when I went back with them.
So the sedation was working?
Yes, definitely.
This Belisa Med Spa patient asked that we conceal her identity because of the medical information she's making public. She wanted pockets of fat around her bra, stomach, and flanks removed. Her medical records show Broder's office mapped out liposuction sites, and the patient paid $8,000. Outside of those areas, you never had a discussion with that doctor about any other area of your body being touched?
No.
The night before the operation, the patient says she began taking sedatives as instructed. By the time she got to the office for her 11 a.m. surgery, the patient says, and these are her words, she was as high as a kite.
I remember them drawing on my stomach, and then the next thing I remember really is just being wheeled into the operating room. I don't even really remember speaking with the doctor or seeing his face or anything like that.
One thing she says she does remember, what happened during the procedure.
I remember my wallet being in front of me and them having me sign papers. And I remember them saying I was going to look like Barbie. My next memory is when I woke up and I look in the mirror and lo and behold, I have fat removed from one area but put another one, another area. The first day, initial day when I looked in the mirror, I just cried. All of a sudden turn around and I don't look anything like myself at all. I never went into that procedure wanting that.
The woman's medical records show they started just before noon. 1 hour later, this receipt shows a $999 credit card swipe by Belisa Med Spa for a surgery deposit. Pictures Broder took following the procedure show the before and after. The consent form shows it was signed by the patient the day of the surgery. This butt lift, you never asked for it?
No, and the paperwork that is signed was signed during my procedure while I was sedated on the table.
You had no way to consent?
No, absolutely not. I was not in the state of mind or coherent enough to be able to make a judgment or decision about what was going to be taking place.
Records show she filed a fraud complaint with her credit card company on the $1,000 butt lift charge, and Belisa refunded the money. Then she says a few days later, she got this voice message from Dr. Broder.
If you're unhappy with the fat transfer, I didn't do that to make money, or, I did that because we were throwing the fat away at that procedure, after that procedure, and it was our only chance to use it. And if it's the fat transfer that's bothering you, we can always remove the fat, we can adjust the fat. That's all very doable. We heavily discounted the price of that procedure. We weren't trying to make money. I was just trying to give you the best results. So I'd be willing to talk with you about anything you want, about the money that you paid or the if you're not unhappy with the results. But I really tried my best with you and every patient to, once I discussed what your goals were, to give you the most dramatic changes. So, but I understand that transfer may be a little too much or what you weren't expecting, and we can easily adjust that. But my goal wasn't to take advantage of you or anything. It was just to try to give you the best results. I've done thousands of these procedures, and when I talk to the patient, when I see that I can maybe do a little more instead of throwing the fat away, that was my only goal. So this is my cell phone. If you want to give me a call, I'll be happy to talk with you, discuss it, and I'd be happy to see you, take some pictures.
The patient never called him back and turned over the voicemail to medical board investigators. In a response to the complaint, Broder's attorney wrote, he admits that she had taken medication, but denies that the medication had time to take effect. Broder also denied he performed the procedure without the patient's consent and claims that he had permission to charge her credit card.
I put total trust in the people around me because I was not capable of making a decision at that time.
We asked Broder for an interview for this report. His lawyer told us they would provide a statement, but they never did. Now, this woman's claims were part of a 2019 complaint against Dr. Broder. That complaint also included 4 other patients. One of them is Caitlin Duvall. In our original report, we told you about another complaint made public against Broder in 2017. As part of the settlement last year, the medical board agreed to dismiss that first complaint in full. Jody Barr, KXAN Investigates.